Joe News, Daily Joe News. What is up? All right, so Biden meets Netanyahu as Gaza hospital blast overshadows Israel. So a hospital got blown up in the Gaza Strip. Um, and this is making quite a big deal. Gaza is saying the Israelis bombed it. Israeli Defense Force is saying no, a bunch of rockets fired from the Gaza Strip misfired and landed on the hospital. The only unfortunate thing about this is that Biden was supposed to meet some Arab governments, I believe, and the meeting got canceled. This is the problem I got with this. Like, obviously, like if you got half a brain, you're taking Israel's word over Hamas. But my real problem with this is the media. Is they ran with this. Like this hospital blew up. Hamas immediately said it was Israel, and the media, especially the legacy media, just ran with it immediately. They did not do any due diligence, and immediately everybody just assumed it was Israel that bombed it, when in fact it more than likely was not. You know what I mean? As a matter of fact, I'll go out and say it wasn't. I've paid enough attention to this conflict over the years. Israel usually takes their fuck ups and admit to it. Palestinians. When is the last time they ever admitted to fucking anything up? I'm sorry, they don't. So you just take that right there. Kind of answers your question. But now here's the problem I have with the media. It's like it's one thing to have their bias on one side or the other. That's understandable. That's the world we live in right now. That's the way it is with the way the news is nowadays. But when they do stuff like this, they're actually starting to affect what's happening. You know what I mean? Like if Biden couldn't meet these Arab leaders because the legacy media didn't do their due diligence and be like, okay, the Palestinians are saying the Israelis did this, but let's do some investigating, blah blah, and whatever, and do that first, and then we'll report. No, they ran with it, and it's not helping the conflict. It's not going to make things any better. And anyway, that's my problem with them. It's like, it's one thing to have your biased on either side, left, right, Israel, Palestine, but when you're actually doing stuff that actually affects like how this conflict can be resolved or how it's going, it's like then you're doing a really shitty job. If you're part of the media world, news world, or whatever you want to call it. Is there anything else? Biden backs Israel's account of Gaza hospital trip. I gotta give Biden credit. He has been fucking fantastic when it comes to this so far, in my opinion. Yeah, the House still has no speaker. They tried voting for another one, but he didn't get. It's gonna happen, like I said in the beginning. They're gonna have to work with the Democrats to get a few votes from them to get someone more moderate. So yeah, I don't know what the fuck the Republicans were thinking, especially those hardcore few. What the fuck they were trying to accomplish. But like I said, politicians are morons and idiots. So that's what you gotta expect from them. It's a pink Halloween. Here are some of the most popular costumes of 2023. Let's see. Barbie, obviously. No doubt about that. What are some other good ones? Wednesday and the Addams Family. And the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I guess Wednesday's big because of that television show. And Wednesday always looks cool, like that cool goth look. She like invented it almost. Anything else interesting? Spider-Man, of course. Spider-Man's awesome. Oh, Bluey. Who is Bluey? Main character from the hit show Bluey. Oh, that helps. So I'm guessing it's a kid's show about a dog named Bluey. I'm guessing. And the top pet costumes for pets are pumpkins, hot dogs, and bats. I don't think that's unusual. Hot dogs are easy. Just you got one of those little hot dog dogs, or what do you call them? I don't even know. My mom's got 3 of them. I don't even know what the fuck they're called. Just turn them into a hot dog. There you go. Now you know the most popular. Me myself, I will be dressing up as a 46-year-old man. Like, what is this one? What Republican presidential candidates are saying about? I don't care. Bike riding in middle school may boost mental health, study finds. You know what? Of course. I don't have to say anything more than that. Besides, thanks, Captain Obvious. Okay. AOC saying, I don't care what she says. Is this really what's all going on? Christ. Amy Coney Barrett says she supports an ethics code for the Supreme Court justices. There has been some interesting issues with the Supreme Court, mainly there's not a lot of oversight over the Supreme Court when it comes to this kind of thing. And the 2 things I saw was Justice Clarence Thomas. He was apparently getting quite a few nice vacations from a friend of his that's also a very big he's a rich man, and he's also a big contributor to Republican and conservative stuff, organizations and all that. That being said, there was never any, as far as I understood, there was never any accusation that he was presiding over a case involving the guy, as opposed to Sonia Sotomayor. There was also an issue brought up with her where she has a pretty good contract with I believe it's I think it's called Penguins Publishing. It's a big book publisher. She has published some books with them, and she did preside over some cases involving that company. So there's not a lot of oversight when it comes to that, and there's been some questions about that whole thing, which is understandable. They probably should do something before something really, really sorry, I had a brain fart there. Before something really, really egregious happens, and it just like throws the confidence in the Supreme Court from the public's view is already pretty shitty as it is. The last thing you need is to get any worse. Yeah, I guess that'll do for today. All right, if you're going to work, have fun.